So what we're going to do is we're going to sim through a whole Premier League season, and we're going to start on the 2021 to 2022 season. Manchester United are going to sign Erling Haaland. He's going to be their only signing of the summer. And what we're going to do is we're going to simulate through a season and see how they did. We're going to look at his stats. We're going to look at where Manchester United finish and see what cups they win as well. Also, we're going to see how involved Erling Haaland was and how much of a difference he made to this Manchester United team. As you can see, Erling Haaland at the moment is at Borussia Dortmund. We're still in 2020 and we're about to complete this season, come back after the transfer window at the end of this season and see Erling Haaland in a Man United kit. But before we just look at his stats so far, he's played 4 games, he's scored 4 goals already. Let's hope that he can do this for Manchester United next season. Here are his stats. His finishing are 18. His first touch, 16. Finishing, 18. The guy is quick. He's got a damn good left foot. He's tall. Heading could improve, but he has got a good jumping reach. His penalty taking is elite. This is going to be interesting. This guy, I cannot wait to see him in this simulation perform for Manchester United. It's going to be fantastic. At the moment, what we can see is that Borussia Dortmund are currently, after 4 games, in 4th place, 2 wins. And so far, after 5 games, Manchester United are in 7th. Now, the only way for me to do this save, really, is if Manchester United finish in the top 4, because Erling Haaland will not come otherwise. So, we're going to simulate to the end of the season. As soon as the transfer is complete, I'm going to come back at that date, show you the completion of it, how much was spent, revisit his stats, see what he did last year, and then we will go from there. Alright guys, good news. Man United did make it into the top 4, so I've got a chance to sign Erling Haaland. Let's go have a look and see how he did. So Erling Haaland's Borussia Dortmund also finished 3rd. They did quite well in the league. Let's go have a look at Haaland himself and how he did for the season. Let's go all the way down here. So, Bundesliga, he got 16 goals in 30 appearances. He also got himself 4 goals in the cup. Now, the idea is to see him in a Man United shirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate to that part where I'm about to buy Erling Haaland, show you the price, show you the stats, and then we'll keep going forward. Right, guys, the bid's gone in. It's been accepted. Over 80 million on the fee with 3.8 over 10 games, and somehow that was good enough to get Erling Haaland. Come on, Man United. Let's see what happens. Fantastic news. Haaland signs a brand new contract with Manchester United. He is signed. Erling Haaland has joined from Borussia Dortmund for 80 million. That will go up to 118 million overall. Let's sim to the start of the season and I'll show you the formation and we'll move on from there. Alright guys, so here's the team. We're going to start there with Haaland up front. We got Rashford and Greenwood on the wings as inverted forwards. We got Pogba and Fernandes both playing Mazzala with McTominay holding. I want his energy in the midfield there. I've got Shaw, Wan-Bissaka on the wings, and then Tuanzebe and Maguire at the back with De Gea in goal. That's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to line up this year, and hopefully Haaland is the difference. I tried it once already with Martial, and they finished 3rd. So let's see if Haaland is the guy that can make all the difference here. We are just going to look at his stats. That he is improving all around. His dribbling, he's got better. His first touch is even better now than it was. His technique, I mean, he's just growing into an absolute beast. So let's hope that he can continue the trend. If you go to his career stats, he got 16 and 32 last year. The year before, they got 13 and 15. If he can do something like that again this season, if not a little bit better with the other players around him, with Bruno, with Marcus, with Greenwood, this team's going to be unstoppable. What we are going to do, we're just going to take a look at our schedule here. Obviously, we've got a bit of a tricky start, actually, with Spurs first. But then after that, it's relatively all right there. I'm going to come back when all 6 group games have been finished. And then when we come back from that, I will show you the stats of Haaland, the results, and how we've done, and where we are in the league, and what cups we're in. Alright guys, welcome back. As you can see, we are back halfway through the season on December 27th, and we're currently looking at Erling Haaland right now. We are going to look at some of his stats, there's a few improvements here, but nothing that's very noteworthy. Maybe his natural fitness. But let's just look at some of the stats. So, Erling Haaland this season has 19 appearances for Manchester United, 13 goals and 7 assists, with 3 Player of the Match awards with a 7.42 rating. So he's obviously hit the ground running. If we look at some of the information here, got 13 goals in 19 games in the league alone. He's got 4 goals in 3 games in the Cup, and I believe in the Champions League, he's got 8 goals in 6 games. So he, so far, if my maths is correct, 25 goals so far in the season, and we're only at the halfway point. So he's absolutely smashing it. But the point of this video is to see, first of all, how well he does at United. Secondly, does he make the change? Does he improve Man United from where they are right now to where they could be? So let's have a look. First of all, we'll look at the Premier Division. And as you can see, in the Premier Division, we are top of the league. Manchester United, 47 points from 19 games, 15 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. They are 7 points clear of Manchester City. And if we look here in the stats, Erling Haaland is a joint top goal scorer with 13. He is third in the average rating behind Salah and Bruno Fernandes, who's having a smashing season with 17 assists himself as well. Scott McTominay, 12 yellow cards so far in 19 Premier League games. He's definitely the enforcer in that defensive midfield. Let's go to the schedule and see how well they've done in the cup competition as well. So have a look at the Carabao Cup. So far they are in the semi-finals against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. So he has got 4 goals in the cup so far as well, and he's got 2 Player of the Matches in this cup competition. So he's playing every cup competition by the looks of it, and is absolutely smashing it. And it says Man United are through in that competition. Brilliant. Where did they? Let's have a look at the groups as well. So they went through second in their group, not quite first. They lost 2 games in there. But Erling Haaland, 8 goals in the group competition, only 1 behind Cristiano Ronaldo, who's playing for Juventus, who are the previous winners. So he's in good company. So far, so good for Erling Haaland. He has completely transformed Manchester United. They've gone from finishing third in the league to, at the moment, being top. They're performing well in all cup competitions so far. So now we're just going to sim to the end of the season and see how he did overall. We're finally here. We've made it to the end of the season. I've decided to start on Erling Haaland just to show you any improvements that came to his game. There wasn't much that you could really improve on. I mean, he's just a solid striker. I mean, you can't get much better than that. But what I thought we'd do is we would look at his stats first and then look how Man United's season went. The guy scored 25 goals in 38 games. He got 7 assists and 7 Player of the Matches with a 7.31 rating. So he had a banger of a season, basically. And that's just in the Premier League. He got 25 goals in 38 games. He got 13 goals in 11 cup competitions. And he got 9 goals in 8. The fact that he's only got 8 appearances in the Champions League is already an omen for me. Either he got injured or Manchester United just didn't make it that far. So with that being said, let's go to the competitions and see how we did. Manchester United did win the Premier League title in the end. They came joint points with Manchester City. They won on goal difference alone. 4 more goals than Manchester City did. And you can only owe it to this man right here. 25 goals in the season. If we look at the goals, in fact, the player stat. Now, Martinez got himself 16. There's the difference. The 9 goals difference there. Martinez has another 6 goals there. Manchester City win the league. But Erling Haaland, with his amount of goals that he got, obviously with some help of his teammates, that's the big injection there. Last year, I believe Martial only had like 12 goals, Rashford had 12 goals, and Bruno had like 15. This year, we got Greenwood who got 15 as well, but Erling Haaland has basically taken on 2 people's scores, 12 and 12, and basically added them together. And he's made himself 1 player there, so he's given license to other players to score as many goals as they can as well. I would say he's the difference maker. He definitely has made a difference there. Let's look at the schedule. So in the FA Cup, they did pretty well. They got through the 3rd round. They lost to Liverpool, but then they did come back in the second leg and win that whilst going through in the fourth round of the cup. They drew to Juve in the first leg. Then they beat Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup final. So they've already won a cup, which is already better than last year as well, because they actually won something. Went through in the fifth round of the FA Cup as well. They did get knocked out by the defending champions, to be fair. Defending champions Juventus. So, yeah, okay, it's not as far as I wanted them to go, but to be fair, they are the defending champions. So that makes sense. Went through in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup as well. Sadly got stopped by Liverpool right at the end there. So they won the Carabao Cup and the Premier League. Tough finish as well. Newcastle they lost to, and then they had Liverpool and Chelsea for the last 2 games of the season. If they lose that game to Chelsea, let's have a look here. Haaland scored on the last game of the season. Timo Werner equalised in the 69th minute. And then basically United looks like they held... to be fair, they dominated the game. XG might not show that, but just couldn't finish the game off. But a point was enough. A point was enough. So with that being said, that's the end of the video. As we can see, Erling Haaland has a massive impact on Manchester United in this 2021 to 2022 season. So if Man United have got to sign someone, I strongly suggest, if it goes off anything to do with any simulation, Erling Haaland is the answer to winning the Premier League title again. Thank you all for watching. Catch you next time when the next What If video comes about. Bye bye.